Okay, we're starting to record. This will take and get everybody in here. There is 1.5 people right there. That's my grandson Aries and my daughter-in-law Kathleen. That's a friend of the family there. His name's Alex. There's my son. He's probably almost as good looking as I am. And then there is my nephew Wade. So I think we're about ready to rock and roll with this. This is going to be on whether or not the United States should allow oil and gas drilling on federal lands and waters. So give us about 5 seconds here to get the thing realigned, and we'll go over it and do it. That's probably not what you wanted to see, Professor Davison. Okay, are we ready, guys? Have you got me in the picture?
I got you.
Am I looking good? Am I handsome?
You look good.
You lie a lot, don't you? So, what we're going to do is we're going to get this zoomed in to where you've got me up here. Okay? And then give me a countdown to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll do it.
Okay.
You say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Got you.
My professor's probably laughing about this right now, okay?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Kurt Snyder, and I'm glad to have y'all here to join me. I'm doing a speech for my speech class there at Galveston College, and it's going to be on whether or not the United States should allow oil and gas drilling on federal lands and waterways. And you know, that's a real controversial subject right there, because we have people on the right saying we need oil. We got people on the left saying we need to go to alternative energy sources like solar, things of that nature. With that said, we have to look at the reality of what's going on. And when I did my research, I didn't see anything that really talked about what would happen here and now, okay? Because that's very important. If we were to just go straight to dumping the oil industry and taking and going with alternative energy, we put hundreds of thousands of people out of work. And if you don't believe me, take a look across the bay at all the oil refineries, or go out here and look just out here on the ocean at the lineup of tankers that we have that line up to get into our own bay right here. So that's a very important issue. Wages are the biggest part that I have with it. I think it's Professor Tae-Sing Yang, and I have to look at this because it's kind of hard to see who he is, but Tae-Sing Yang, he's a professor of environmental law at Santa Clara University in California. And he says that the United States cannot afford to invest and lock itself into many more decades of reliance on the dirty and unsustainable sources of energy of the past, okay? So what he's saying is we need to get off the oil thing and get on to other deals. Well, that's good, but like I said, we've got the loss of wages to worry about. So, Professor Yang, would you please sit down right here? I got to ask you one big question. Thank you. Sit down and say hi to everybody. What are you going to tell these people with all the wages that are going to be lost? And we're talking hundreds of thousands just in Texas alone, and then the rest of the United States if we go immediately to take over alternative energy sources. What's that? I didn't hear anything. Oh yeah, that's exactly the same thing that Obama told Clinton during the Republican National Convention. I'm not surprised. Well, let me tell you something. America's petro industry brings in $1.5 billion a day in monies. And it's just an amazing thing. Now, Sarah Banaszak, she's a senior economist for the National Petroleum Industry, and she says that it would take at least 25 years before the United States could take and convert over to any real energy source other than oil and gas. Well, education is the key to this battle. Colleges right now, they're battling back and forth on each side, gathering grant monies for and against this subject. They're fighting each other over grant monies for this. Well, let me tell you something. 3.5%, and that's only 3.5% of our energy comes right now from other resources than oil and gas. Now, can you just imagine? What we should do is we should allow Americans to take and choose on this subject. Should we take and just let America be raped by the oil and gas industry? Absolutely not. But that's not going to happen. I've been in the national park systems myself. You can't move a rock without them making you put it back. So they have a very good record now as far as going in to people's property, doing their drilling, and putting it right back the way it was when they started. And it'd be hideous just to ruin our economy, folks. So there's no need in that, you know? So I think if our universities can find a bipartisan solution on this and work with the federal government, and then the federal government can take and implement a plan phasing this thing in, we can get something done. But until then, we need to drill. Absolutely get off the dependence of the Middle East oil. And that's it for today. Thanks for coming.